Let's see. We'll try to finish. Let me look. So, on my walkabout, we still got a big investigation phase to gather some more clues, and then 2 more days of trial, or 1 more big day of trial, essentially. If I can get through that all today, I will, but it might take a bit long, so we might have to split that off to the next stream. But one thing is, I need a drink, so I'll be right back. Sorry for the break again, but I gotta get a drink. I'm thirsty. And we will explore Karain Village for some more clues in just a minute. Hey, folks. Get back ready. Got myself a drink. Refreshing. One thing I want to point out that I'm trying to do differently for today's stream. If you'd like, there is a... I haven't really tested it out, but I've been trying to add some of these YouTube cards. I know they're not really new anymore, but I haven't really been using them. So, like, if you press the little eye with a circle around it, there should be some of these YouTube cards, sort of pop-ups, kind of like the old annotations. I've added in a specific card for sort of a poll for what you guys are interested in for future live streams once we get around to them. And not that I will 100% follow whatever wins the majority of the vote, but I am definitely curious about sort of the viewer's opinion. So feel free to give that a click and give it a vote when you have the time. And if it doesn't show up or something, just let me know. I'm not sure how they work exactly, but I thought it's kind of cool. You could have a poll open for the live stream to play with a little bit. I'll try out more of those in different live streams once we get the hang of it. So anyway, you know, stuff like that's kind of cool. And if I'm smart, I might be able to add those into the videos as well once that happens, once these get posted as VODs. Everyone always wants Might and Magic. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. It depends on what device you're using. I think the cards are mainly meant for mobile devices, so they show up on phones and tablets. If you're on a computer, it might depend on the browser or something. I'm not really sure, but on the video, there should be in the top right a little eye with a circle around it, like a white circle, right beside the watch later and share buttons. And if you click the eye, it should open up a bunch of little, they're called cards, and they link to whatever I set up. And then the bottom of the 3 right now should be a poll where you can click and vote for potential live stream votes. But again, like I said, it's new to me. I don't know. I don't know that sort of thing. Yeah, Legend of Grimrock's on my to-do list as well, for sure. There's a lot of games that I want to get around to like that. That's the trouble. There's always more video games that I want to let's play and stream and all that. But anyway, for now, let's get back to the game in Karain Village. If I ever get really into it, I'll try to set up like a regular weekly stream where I do something. Yeah, that looks like what should work on Marcus's explanation. That's, I think, how it normally works. But it does depend for mobile. It will look a little different, I think. Anyway. Yeah, so we needed to come back here to the village to do some investigation. Too many extensions. Yeah, you can probably disable stuff like cards as well, to be honest. So if Mystic Maya didn't kill the nice man, which we're pretty sure she didn't, then someone else did. So who's the murderer? So, in today's live stream, we haven't actually seen any investigation phases, but this is a staple of the Phoenix Wright games. So let's try to console poor Pearls. Naturally short. That's what prosecutors do in this world. I don't think he makes a lot of money, but he's, after the first game, he's relatively well known, because it was a pretty high profile case, so assumedly he could probably pay the bills from some of his earnings. Probably. Let's learn about court. Now that's not true for all prosecutors, but certainly the ones we run into for the most part. Like, probably the best part of the first game was when Miles Edgeworth was still the prosecutor, but he started to turn and become, like, our friend and, like, sort of work with us to get the verdict we wanted together. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, he should be well paid. It's just, in this fictional world, the court systems are weird. 3-day trials, so there's not a lot of time for paperwork and booking. Yeah, I mean, if you enjoy this kind of gameplay, I would recommend watching the first game as well, because it really sets up the characters of Phoenix and Maya. And Miles Edgeworth, who I'm sure we'll see in this game eventually. Edgeworth, uh-huh. Heck, if I remember correctly, later on in the series, like, way later on, he becomes the main protagonist instead of Phoenix. Oh yeah, no, that's fair, Jarrell. The gameplay is, I mean, it's like a text riddle detective kind of game. It's different, but it is charming, I think. He died for it. Did he? Is he actually dead? Are you sure Edgeworth is dead? Yeah. Maybe just ask the 8-year-olds who the murderer is. I don't know. You seem to know things. You're psychic, right? Now, she did give us the key. The key that can only lock the sealed channeling room from the inside. Yeah, where's your alibi, kid? How'd you get this key? Yeah, here you go. Where's your alibi? Press. I just realized I never asked you what you were doing at the time of the crime. Where were you and what were you doing? I like how her hair bounces when she's, like, worried. Oh, what was I doing? Yes, when the lawyer says that, you know you're safe. Uh-oh. New game mechanic. We haven't seen this before. This was not in the first game. Her heart is locked. So, what do you do when the mystic girl has a magic heart lock? It might have something to do with this. But we don't know how to do anything with that right now. And luckily we can travel around really quickly, even though there's only one day to prepare. Let's go talk to Maya about that. Seducer. Oh man. Oh, we can't talk to Maya. Well, that's no fun. Alright, let's go somewhere else first. Let's go back home. We'll go to our office. Maybe something will happen here. Anything to examine? Could learn more about the shrubbery. Charlie, a quite decorative plant. He's a handful, but I've grown quite attached to this little fella. Yeah, I try to avoid those 800-year-old dragons from Fire Emblem as much as possible. He also helps me remember all the good times with Mia. Hey look, a phone! Oh, a desk, sure. Oh yeah, the Steel Samurai came up in the first game as well. Magic. Until recently, when someone over there shot or, well, witnessed a murder in my own office. Alright, well, I guess there's something else we still have to do in Crane Village. Maybe we can present the key to her to get some information. In the incinerator? You guys have an incinerator? And what were you doing looking inside the incinerator? Oh, you just... it was open, so I had to look. Okay. Good old Phoenix. Alright, well that gives us a lead at least, so that's good. To the meditation room. So this is that big entrance room we saw in the blueprints. This, I believe, was the locked door that we busted open. We busted it down to save our girl. These are all those robes, or kimonos. 100 ways to save money. a little fishy way of life. Still not totally convinced they're not all con artists. Hey, the Winding Way. I guess we could try to go in the room. I think it's still a crime scene, technically. Oh yeah, so we noticed the incinerator when walking through here before. I just mostly forgot about it. Okay, so we did meet Eni before. She's special. Take one drink for every time she says like. Oh man, getting drunk. There's a good gift for you. Do I know about the urn? Sure, let's talk to Eni. Now, if I remember correctly, before I do that, she's related to Mimi. I think she's her younger sister. This is Eeny Meeny, not Mimi Meeny. I don't know if she has an older brother named Mo, but I would assume so. I'll stop. Alright, let's talk to her. I don't remember if this was broken the last time we were here, though. I don't think so. That's a good question. Maybe that says Mo. Amy Phase? Yeah, I don't know who that is. Everyone knows the lady that founded the Kurain channeling technique was Mystic Amy. Yeah, everybody knows that. Get with the program. Romance? She's really bad at answering questions, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was sleeping. Her alibi checks out. Don't worry, she'll become important eventually. This one might be a lie. Totally have nothing to do with, like, murder thing. Yeah, like, there's some of the backstory, because she's related to that old malpractice lawsuit that Dr. Gray was involved with, and her sister died. And I think she brought Dr. Gray here to learn more about the psychics, so, you know. Maybe she's not quite as dumb as she shows us. We'll see. There you go. A little bit of backstory for you guys. She's a liar! A psych lock. Alright, we got 2 locked people, whatever you call it. Psyche locks. It's a mystery. Let's examine that urn. Try not to knock it over again. I am. Alright, well, we added the urn. So that's the thing to remember, too. Just because we've got it in our evidence doesn't mean we actually have the item with us. Sometimes it's just like, you know, we're recording the fact that this urn is a thing. And then we can use it as evidence, even though we didn't take it with us. So, now, I'm just gonna say that I am, if you rearrange the letters, would spell Amy. Alright. No, I wanted to examine the cloth by the incinerator. That was not here before. Oh, it could spell Mia, too. Mia's not really involved this time, though. Although it is interesting that they're all anagrams. Dun, dun, dun. The police did a really good job investigating this house. Really, really good job. Stellar detective read. So, also of note, Meanie was over by the incinerator and ran towards us as soon as we walked into this area. Unburned remains found inside the garden incinerator. Small amount of blood. So there was another kimono that was mostly burned and still has a little bit of blood left. Not suspicious, right? So we'll check out the side room quick, because it's the only room we haven't been to today. I guess this is where all the acolytes or whatever sort of snooze. Just a decorative wooden bear, no big deal. Watch out for bears, okay. That's the spirit, Phoenix. He's channeling my mantra now. Maybe remember this for later. It's pretty large. Maybe large enough to fit a small girl in. Okay, so I don't think there's anything we can do in here at the moment. So like, I've been avoiding these locked ones because I'm pretty sure Maya has to teach us how to handle these first, but we can try. I believe you have to use your fancy green orb thing and then use some other argument to unlock the chains, basically. And then she'll have to tell you the truth because we use magic. But yeah, I don't think we can do it yet. But I'll try it just in case. Oh, maybe we do know how to do it. Maybe we learned how to do it last time and I just forgot. That'll teach me. Okay, traffic accident. Oh man, I still haven't recovered my life? This is not good. Please tell me about the traffic accident. Whose accident? Your sister's accident, naturally. Oh. So, like, that Dr. Gray guy made my sister fall asleep. And, like, that's all I have to say about that. Interesting. Edie just asked whose accident. Which means she must know something about another person's accident. Alright, let's change the topic. How about you tell me about a certain other person's accident? Huh? Another? Like, you got someone in mind? Like, what about whoever died from the malpractice? Oh, wow. So, like, that person had a car accident too? You can't tell me you don't know. Like, how would I know if that person, like, had an accident? Besides, oh no, it was the wrong one. I thought for sure that would work. Well, I better start putting saves down, because I thought our bar would recharge in between cases. I don't know about anybody else then. Because this is the one we already referred to, was her sister, Mimi. I will probably need to get more evidence from someone else then. There's nothing else that's going to relate, I don't... Yeah, okay. We'll have to come back later. We need more clues! Unfortunately, we can't make any mistakes anymore, so I'll have to use saves more often. Let's go to the outside, talk to the girl. Let's try... Maybe we can get through hers. Where were you at the time of the murder? You have to tell me what you were doing when the murder happened. And what if I can't just tell you? Then I'll guess what happened. It's because I'm very good at making deductions. You tell me if I guess right. Now, when the murder was taking place, you were here. I don't remember. She was in the channeling chamber committing the murder. I don't know. I think she was supposed to be somewhere like the Winding Way or something. Alright, we got it. I think I sort of remember bumping into her there the first time. I am a lawyer / detective. What was it Pearls was doing? She was getting the key. She already told us that, right? And we die. Well, we didn't quite die. Do we not get, like... Our life bar is just gone forever now because I made too many mistakes in court the other day? At least it doesn't... We're really not doing super well on the whole health meter. Alright. Alright, well... We know she was in the Winding Way. And then... we have to put a save down, obviously, because it'll save us a lot of time. So what was she doing in the Winding Way? Is there a tavern to recharge it? I wish. Well, I thought she was picking up the key. Was she disposing the burned, bloody... She could have been... There's two possibilities. She could have been repairing the Mia, Amy, I Am urn, or she could have been burning the evidence. Not burning the evidence. Breaking the sacred jar. Stabbing the fruit. Shooting the victim. Disposing of evidence. Washing her clothes. Becoming a lawyer. Reading the newspaper. Learning photography. Alright. I have no idea what she was doing. I can't believe I have such a bad idea of what she was doing. Alright, let's go talk to Maya. Maya, you gotta save me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. No Maya. Alright, Maya can't help us. Well, if there's nothing to do back in the city, it's all in Karain Village. And... I mean, maybe before we work out the law, we have to present something else? Find some more evidence? What about this sacred urn? What do you know? Come on, tell me about the urn! It's trivial! This is like their sacredest of things! What about this random cloth scrap? What about Maya's costume? Oh, hey, there we go. Maybe. What about the bloody knife? Oh, it's from her own kitchen. The murder weapon itself. She's proficient with knifery. Doesn't like guns. That's fine. Did you know that I'm an attorney? Yes. Yes, it is. Alright. I'm not hitting anything with her. Maybe we'll go back to Meanie and see if we can get anything. So we gotta go to the meditation room. And then to the winding way. Alright, so Meanie, what are we gonna do? We gotta learn about this traffic accident at some point. Let's present a couple things to her, see if we can get anything. Actually, I should have presented the cloth that she was disposing of evidence, actually. She's already talked about this urn before. Alright, tell me about this thing you were trying to burn. Nope. Nope. Have you ever held this knife? Have you ever fired a pistol before? Have you ever seen an attorney's badge? Yeah, just like that. No, not at all. How about evidence of Mimi's death? Nope, she totally forgot. What about evidence of Dr. Gray's malpractice? Okay. Alright, well, let's try to get further on with her lies. Maybe we can figure it out. Who else's accident? But, like, I don't have anything that relates to anybody else. Well, this was sort of an accident. I don't know.
Take that!
Yeah, I guess they're not always this bad, Jiro. Sometimes I feel like they do a really good job of linking, like, what you're supposed to do to you. Like, it makes logical sense. Sometimes, not so much, though, unfortunately. And this is definitely one of those points that's, like, just randomly stabbing. Someone had an accident in their kimono. Like, unfortunately, I'm at the point again where I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Which is a shame, because, you know, I don't like looking up, walkthroughs for this stuff unless I really have to, but... Let's see. So I'm just seeing if there's anything I needed to do that I missed. Yeah. So I got the scrap with the blood. I got the urn. We've added the sacred urn to the court record. So it says we can't break her psych lock, and we can't break Pearl's psych lock either. So I'm basically on the wrong plan. Oh! Okay, I've been going the wrong way about all this again. I missed something relatively obvious. Well, I don't mind safe scumming a little bit. Just, if you're trying to logic it out, a couple guesses is fine. But, yeah, there was somewhere I should have gone. I totally forgot. Meditation room. You guys in chat even mentioned this, and then I totally forgot about it. The channeling chamber. We skipped a room accidentally. I thought I was at a dead end, but I actually had more to do here. Totally not the villain, don't worry. Yeah, this wasn't the game's fault. This was my bad for forgetting there was another room to explore. Dear Misty. Who's there? You got something in your hair. That event. Couldn't have taken the day off to go to the trial for the murder that happened in your place of business, huh? Right, so there's some family rivalries going on between the two branches. It comes up in, like, Japanese anime and stuff all the time where you've got, like, the ruling branch of the family and then the side branch that's sort of submissive to them. She's in the side branch and clearly has some feelings. So, what can we do? Let's just talk to her for now. What's up? She did stick around with the body. That's what she keeps saying. Hey, at least it gives us a recap of what happened before. It's all good. Where did her pupils go? Oh, right, sorry. Next question. She likes that formality, hey? So the master is, or was, Maya and Mia's mother, Mystic Misty. Who is Morgan's sister, I believe. Yeah, we'll be exploring back there in just a second, don't worry. Her name will be forever erased. How does that mean you get erased from history? Oh, just because you need a new master, I see. Yeah, it's not like this happens in every anime ever. Oh yeah, it would be a shame if her sister's descendants were murdered, or, well, you know, incarcerated, essentially, anyway. And it had to go to someone else from a different bloodline. Oh, darn! She's so sad! Uh-huh. Alright. I need to get some evidence. So, like... I can't even really see too much over here. What is this thing over here? How come we didn't bring a flashlight? That is what Lotta said. I'd guess. Probably not going to get too much more off the screen. Hey, he can read. Name of the village, right? What about all that blood? To be fair, I would also want to look under this large carpet, because that's totally the kind of place you'd hide little secret exits and stuff. You know, behind there makes sense, under here would make sense, stuff like that. Well, I'm not seeing anything else in the room to click on. We could try presenting some stuff to her. So I need to get some plot progress here. What about this burned evidence, huh? Nothing, hey? What about Mystic I Am? Are you happy about that? Yeah, okay. The key does seem kind of important, too. Yeah. Was this supposed to be in the incinerator? It is evidence now, yes. So she seems pretty angry that we found the key. Maybe now if we present the stuff we found in the incinerator? I don't know. No. Or the broken urn near the incinerator? I know we already tried these, but... Does she know anything about the knife? Nope. Or the bloody costume. Oh, poor Mystic Maya. Alright, well... This isn't all related to the malpractice suit from 20 years ago, is it? 16 years ago, probably exactly? Like, I'm pretty sure the case that Misty supposedly failed was about this, the medical malpractice, I believe. Well, maybe now that we've talked to her, something else will change. That's usually how it goes. Like, maybe now we can, go talk to Maya or something. Hey! She's not looking too good, though. Nothing conclusive yet, unfortunately. Yeah, one thing they don't give us is time. Because you gotta make sure these cases are done in 3 days. Or else the defendant is just automatically guilty. Well, we can talk. Yeah, it's like time rewound somehow, and you were able to get us out of the fryer. It's almost like they've got some sort of magic powers. I'm pretty sure it was not you. Well, there's not too many other people that were in the building. There was Meanie, who was probably asleep in the room away from it. There's Morgan, who went into the room after we broke the door down, I believe. There's Pearl, who's kind of a mystery where she was. We don't have an alibi right now. And that's pretty much all the characters involved, so... Yeah. That's what Lotus said. That's what everyone says. She said that spirit mediums can't have dreams. When you're channeling, it's impossible for you to dream because your soul leaves you. So yeah, they explained this in the first section, I suppose, and we sort of forgot. It means she was dreaming during the whole event, so she wasn't actually channeling spirits. So someone else was doing the channeling and she was just, like, knocked out. Is certainly what we're getting to. Drugged. By someone who makes tea regularly, perhaps? Set up to take the blame for killing someone who wants to discredit your side of the family? It's terrible, isn't it? Yeah, she's gonna need an alibi, guys. Well, we've already learned that if you channel a ghost, you become their physical representation. And Pearl's already did it with Mia. Alright, sorry again, people knocking on the door today. It's a very busy day here. I'll be right back. Sorry. Okay, luckily just another short interruption. Nothing long. Let's continue along. Alright, so, the kid was 101% sure, not her, yeah. Yeah, essentially, like I was saying, we have learned that Pearl can definitely channel ghosts. So, well, I would assume Morgan probably could too, but I don't think Mimi would be able to. Also, I don't think you have any control of your body when the whatchamacallit, when the channeling is happening. So, because I don't think they're supposed to remember any of that happening. But yeah, as you say, Jarrell. Let's learn more about the ball. Did she use the ball to break the urn? Ah, that's the clothing box in the side room that was about the same size as would fit a person, or a small person. Haha. Should we present anything, or do you think we have enough already? What about this? Do you think she knows anything about the sacred urn? Mystic Amy's soul is sealed inside of it, or at least it was until it was broken, probably. Someone probably threw a ball at it. No? What about this little scrap? Maybe, I don't know. Okay, well we know there was two kimonos involved because this one, as far as I could tell, Clearly no ripped edges or anything like that. I guess technically a bullet could have broken it too. Yeah, that's fair. Well, the game, like, there's only so many characters they show at once in the game, obviously. There's always one of them that's the bad guy, so pick the one with the evilest looking hairdo, and you've got a pretty good odds, I would say. Alright, let's head back to Kurain Village, because we've got to figure out what Pearl was up to. Oh, and Lot is here now. Great. And hello, Grotham. She's probably a little bit embarrassed. That court trial didn't quite go the way she wanted. So, to the meditation room first. Ack. I'm not following you, I'm here for other business. A long time ago. Like, so last year was when we started this stream, this game, on the channel, and probably, I don't know, 10 years before that was the only time I actually played the game. I've completely forgotten almost all of the details of how to play it properly. It's a shame. It's fun, though, because, you know, detectiving puzzle games only really work if it's somewhat, like, you have to actually figure it out. If you already know the answers to everything, it's not really worth it. Alright, so we're here to go down the winding way and investigate, not her right now, but the side room. Because there's something about this clothing box, and apparently there's a ball here. Now. I wonder where she is. Well, first let's check that ball out. It's usually in the clothing box. What does that even say? Probably, is that like Japanese or something? I can't read that. Somebody zoom in! Enhance! Alright, let's check the box out. Oh look, it's a Lotta. Sam something? Aw, poor Lotta. There's a small hole in the box. Is it about the size of a bullet hole? 8 inches from the ground? The same height as the hole in the folding screen? Could this be related? Oh, Steel Samurai. Perfect. That makes sense, actually. Everything is Steel Samurai branded. That'd be perfect. It's probably a picture of the Steel Samurai. Almost certainly. Cool. Alright, so we got the clothing box. Hole, like a bullet hole, 8 inches off the ground, which matches the bullet hole in the folding screen 8 inches off the ground, which at the time of the murder... not that one. This one. At the time of the murder, the hole in the screen was right here. The clothing box would have had to be in the corner back here. So how can you get in and out of this room without anyone knowing? Alright. Maybe there's no secret entrance or exit, but maybe there's a child-sized box. Alright, let's start unraveling this. Probably not Minnie's turn, or Mimi, or whatever her name is. We'll get to her eventually. I assume we need to talk to Pearl next. Oh, hey, look, it's just who I need to talk to. Cotton candy hair. You're not scary right now, but try again later. When you're in ghost form. Yeah, I think Laud is just going to disappear for a while. Alright, so what we've been trying to do with her is to find out her alibi, and it's been logged. But hopefully now with the ball and all that, we'll be able to figure it out. Present the magic Megatama. Okay. We'll have to use a couple save states because I have no life. Alright, we're gonna guess what was going on and figure it out as we go. Hopefully we can do this. So we figured out last time that, at least as far as she is aware, she was in the Winding Way during the murder. And then this is what stumped us last time. It was, what were you doing there? And I think now that we've talked to Maya, we know, although I'll still save it just in case. But, this is probably what she was doing. She was playing ball, because that's what she likes to do. And, to be fair, the text literally says that. Because Maya told me. Bam! One lockdown. It's just a girl and her ball. It's all good. Alright, so then what really happened? Something real bad. While you were playing with your ball. Okay, again, I'm pretty sure I know what happened, but I'm just gonna save it just in case. I said earlier, somehow this sacred urn got broken. Maybe a ball hit it. And then a little 6-year-old or whatever girl was very embarrassed about the village treasure being destroyed. From what we've learned about Morgan, that's pretty likely. Alright. Finally, some progress. Oh, she's doubling down. Sometimes old urns have a few cracks. Well, I'm assuming it's the name being wrong. Because it's supposed to be Amy's urn, so we're gonna try again, but I don't have anything that says Amy on it. I think we just present it again, because it says Amy Faye's spirit, and it's I am. Oh, come on. How can you tell that the urn has been broken? Because Steel Samurai don't care about no magic urns. Honestly, I don't know how I'm supposed to prove that. There's a screen we forgot about. I should have shown this off earlier. So, yeah, this is our recap stuff, and I forgot to recap it. Dr. Turner Gray, murdered during a channeling. Maya Fey, my defendant. Mia Fey, the sexy older sister that taught us everything we know and died. Our Detective Gumshoe. She's 8! Now we know for sure! The youngest spiritualist, or whatever they call her. Morgan Fey. Eenie Meenie. Older sister Mimi died in a car accident. She's researching parapsychology, so she seems pretty dense for someone who's supposedly a college student. Mimi Meanie is the nurse who died a long time ago. Oh, 1 year ago, not as far back as I thought. Fair enough. Clearly evil because age, question mark. Lotta Hart claims to be an investigative photographer. Franziska von Karma. She's been a prosecutor since she was 13. If you were back in junior high, she would have debated you all the way to jail. You've noticed something, uh-oh. Mimi's eyes... Okay, we'll get there in a second. This is apparently this mystery evidence we're supposed to be using. They look like the chick from the photo. Yeah, okay, hold on. I forgot we even had this panel of information. So that's Mimi, who's dead, and Eenie, who's never opens her eyes. And yes, if you compare Mimi to... here, it's a little suspicious. Can't see much on this one, but yeah, there's some connections here, maybe. That face doesn't look at all like either Maya or Pearl, so maybe that's the transformation we got. Maybe. I don't know how magic spiritual transformations work perfectly. Anyway, we're essentially calling the kid out on spelling Amy Faye's name wrong when she put the urn back together. Take that! Yeah, I gotta remember that we've got all of those sort of dossiers on people's information, because that's a useful thing to present in cases. I totally forgot about that. Mystic Amy. Yeah, she's really bad with names. I guess she's 8. You can't expect 8-year-olds to spell 3-letter words. It's homeschooling. This is what happens. To be fair, though, for an 8-year-old, she is really good at gluing urns back together. If I'm the only one that caught on. Hey, we healed up a little bit. Success. Alright. So, around when Mystic Maya started the channeling, I was playing in the Winding Way with my ball, and that's when you broke the arm. Yeah. Accidentally let Mystic Amy's spirit fly away. She'll never know. No one will ever find out that the urn was broken and glued together. She is a pretty bad child. I mean, she's taking it a little bit hard, but, like, I don't think they would do that, but you'd probably get grounded for playing with... Like, if you were inside your house, and you're bouncing your ball on the wall, and you, like, broke your most prized relic in the building, you know, your mom would be pretty upset, I would imagine. Grounded, for sure. You'd probably get in my house anyway, I would have got in more trouble for like lying about it and pretending nothing had happened than for breaking it in the first place. So if I had done this, I'd been screwed at this point. I mean, yes, putting something really precious in a delicate position is sensible, but then again, we're also talking like kind of old school, like Japanese culture stuff, and not just Japanese, but like sort of old school mentality anyway, where I'm sure the kid was told not to play around inside with the ball and to go out on the street and play, and she came inside the house and broke the precious urn. But you know, anyway. I do think she did a pretty good job, given that no one else has caught on yet. But like, that couldn't have been easy. I'm proud of her for hiding this. I might be questioning her spelling ability, though. Some remedial, kanji, I guess. They'd never banish a cute kid like you. That's the right way to think about it. Alright, we learned a little bit more about the Sacred Urn. So, now what do we do? Let's have a quick look. What did we get? It's just I think Maya started calling him Nick because she's like the young kid that's with all the nicknames, and they just called him Nick instead of Phoenix. So all we know now is that it was broken by Pearl right before the murder, under repair in the hallway until police came. So this is a pretty good alibi. While the channeling was happening, she was apparently playing ball, broke this before the murder, and was trying to fix it while all the hubbub was going on. And maybe the reason she was able to fix it without anyone noticing was because the police and the murder cover-up was all happening. So that actually kind of works together in my mind. Okay, well, that's good. I feel like we probably still need to get something out of Meanie, though, before... well... like, we still need a little bit more evidence before we go back to court. I was thinking about trying to talk to her, but I still, like, we still don't really have anything to get, like, she has that block still for, well, unfortunately, the lock for Meanie is kind of unrelated. There's some information we don't have yet about some accident. So I think it's good that we learned about, Pearl's alibi, but we actually need more information, I think, to get through Enie's. And I'm pretty sure something will trigger if we just walk around for a little while here. Yeah. Usually how these games works is when you've progressed in the plot, something will happen like this, rather than just throwing evidence at people till you go crazy. That seems unlikely. That's why we need to figure out that eeny meeny part. We don't know what this is all about yet. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh wait, who's that? It's Lotta! Hi, Lotta Heart. Yeah, so Morgan Le Fay, or whatever they're calling her, clearly has a motive here to get Maya incarcerated or expelled or banished or whatever. We don't really know what Eni's motivations are, but it certainly seems like she's playing up the blonde bimbo. And Dr. Gray, who's now been murdered, was certainly involved in something with her sister, but we don't really know about what that is yet. Lotta sass. Yeah, I like Lotta. She, like most of the characters, they kind of annoy you at first, but once you get used to them, they're almost always pretty charming. I don't think Phoenix is known for his gentlemanly ways. It's just the nature of the business. Ah, don't worry about it. You're trying to help. She has a good heart. You could say she has a lot of heart. Ah, we're soft. We're softies, I'm sure. A lot of heart at your surface. Yeah, we're missing out on Pixel for the live stream. He was always my Phoenix Wright punnerizer. The Punisher. He was good with it. I've tried to reduce the delay for live stream as much as I could, but yeah. It's down to like 5 or 10 seconds, and that's as low as I can get it for whatever reason. Free info. Right, so we gotta focus on the facts here. If Maya is not the real murderer, then who could be the real murderer? We have a pretty good alibi for Pearl, and honestly a pretty good alibi for everyone else. So what's the deal? Yeah, he's a stream regular, but I have a feeling I'm streaming the wrong times, like a little bit too early for him. If I remember correctly, he lives in somewhere Scandinavian-ish, I believe. So I'm sure I get it wrong, but like, you know, Denmark or Sweden or something. It's probably like, I don't know, 10 o'clock there or 11 o'clock there already. Oh, if it's the same time zone as you, maybe. I don't know. Well, Eni is suspicious, so that's good. That's a good hunch. Do we have anything about Eni that would pique her interest? I guess we could present the Mimi, her sister. Well, there's a lot of time zones difference from where I live to, well, most of Europe. Like, I have to ballpark it in my head pretty much. people got eyes on the front of them so they can see in front of themselves, not behind. Alright. Don't go looking at pieces of paper. Well, if it is 10 hours, then I had a pretty good guess, so that's good. Let's see. We could try presenting something about the dead nurse. Nope. She don't know nothing about that. Come on, you're the journalist. Where's the investigative journalist? Yeah. Alright. We were talking about Eni, so clearly this is something to go on, right? Do you know anything about the Eni? Hey! Perfect! Investigative journalism. Depends on where you live in Canada, Jarrell. If you live in the prairies or anywhere north, it's pretty cold, but I mean, it's actually, like, we're talking about Sweden and stuff, it's actually probably not as cold as living in Sweden. At least most of Sweden. So Eni was the one that introduced Dr. Gray to the village here. Hey, the only reason I know anything about geography is from playing Europa Universalis. It's not like they teach you stuff like that at school. Psh. More about Eenie Meenie, come on. Yeah, give us some info, please. You don't have to apologize for puns on this stream. Puns are always welcome. It'll cost you a lot of heart. Oh. So Eni, the surviving sister, something happened to her. Well, just, because, I mean, I live in Canada, but I don't actually fit the standard Canadian, cold tropes where I live. Just pause for a second here. The current temperature where I am living right now is 4 degrees Celsius. Now, it's the middle of the day, but it's not quite freezing at night right now. So, pretty cold? Eh, not that bad. Yeah, too much trouble to actually go to the hospital, right? Arrgh! That's definitely our feels. Oh, man. But yeah, like, where I'm living right now, it barely snows in the winter. Like, we're lucky to get more than a couple snowfalls a winter per winter. Alright, the Haughty Clinic. That sounds like a fun place to go. I didn't get a piece of paper? I guess it's just the address, right? Let's go